Tracking the rise in your EMIs in the past few quarters, Bard's incorrect answer sees Alphabet lose over $100 billion. New frontiers to conquer for Mazda and Adani Hindenburg saga to now play out in the apex court. This is Business Plus, your definitive edge to business and economy. The interest rates on your loans have been rising fast over the last year or so, and they are likely to be raised again. The Reserve Bank of India has once again raised the key lending rates, this time by 25 basis points or 0.25%. The latest hike pegs the repo rate at 6.5%. The last time when it had been raised, it was as high in August 2018 when the economy was running hot and inflation was raging unabated. Inflation has once again emerged as an adversary last year. To contain it, the RBI, in line with its global counterparts, had jacked up interest rates after holding them constant for 2 years during the COVID-19 pandemic. Since May of last year, the rates have gone up by 2.5%. As a result of this, EMIs on your home loans and auto loans have skyrocketed. Now, how did that happen, you may ask? Remember, repo rate is directly linked to home loan rates offered by lenders and other loan rates as well. So, an increase in repo rate will increase the borrowing cost, which means that you will have to write bigger and bigger check to your bank each time the central bank raises interest rates. Now, the interest rate on 20-year home loan before RBI's first hike back in May 2022 was about 7%. Now, suppose you had taken a loan of 1 crore rupee, your EMI would be around 77,000 rupees per month. Assuming the bank passes the entire burden of rate hike to the customers this time around, the interest rate now would be around 9.5%. What this means is that you are now going to pay 15,000 rupees more each month on the same loan amount. The same calculation would also apply to all kinds of loans: personal loan, auto loan, educational loan, and so forth. With income tax rate slashed in the budget and EMIs likely to go up, it will be a win-some, lose-some situation. And shifting focus, Google's AI chatbot Bard has committed a blunder that cost its parent Alphabet $100 billion worth of market capitalization. Shares of Google's parent's company Alphabet closed about 8% lower yesterday at the US market close after Bard confidently made a factual error. In a demo, a user asked Bard, "What new discoveries from the James Webb Space Telescope can I tell my 9-year-old about?" Bard responded with 3 bullet points, including one that said, and I quote, "JWST took the very first picture of a planet outside of our own solar system." Now, Google posted this query on Twitter and immediately got called out by astronomers and astrophysicists. A number of astronomers on Twitter said that the information is incorrect, and the first image of an exoplanet was taken in 2004. About 14 years before JWST was actually launched. The knock to its stock price came as a result of the mistake in the Google's AI demonstration, highlighting the challenges that the company faces in bringing a new style of chat-based search to the mass market. Now, it came a day after Microsoft unveiled a new version of its Bing search engine that incorporated AI advances, including summarizing answers to search queries and generating emails and lists. Microsoft Chief Executive Satya Nadella said that his company was prepared to use new technology to drive down profits in search, and that gross margin was going to drop forever. While referring to their competition with Google's Bard as asymmetric, he said, and I quote, "There is such margin in search which for us is incremental. For Google, it's not, and they have to defend it all." Now, earlier this week, Google had announced that it was ready to launch its own chatbot named Bard in an attempt to make up the ground lost to rival ChatGPT, although it has not yet announced when the service will be made public. The Bard glitch highlighted a common flaw with so-called generative AI systems, which do not understand the information they dish out but make guesses based on probability. Now, Microsoft admitted to similar challenges with its chat-based service too. Google has been scrambling to catch up with embedding AI technology into its consumer products since the recent launch of ChatGPT, which provides text answers to complex questions directly rather than requiring the use of a traditional search engine. Incidentally, Google's search engine commands a 90% market share, relegating competitors including Bing to a balanced 10%. Karthik is joining us with his perspective live from the newsroom. Karthik, the chatbot war is now all out.
Well, absolutely, Shweta. And I think it's very interesting to note that there is incidentally a bout of blood happening when it comes to chatbots. It just makes me wonder, the script that you just read out, did you actually write it yourself or did you have a bot type it out for you?
Well, I wrote it for sure.
Well, I'll take your word for it, Shweta. But yeah, coming back to your question, I think the future of chatbots relies on what I call right now as the ABC. A for accuracy. The information that you dish out has got to be factually correct, it's got to be accurate, it's got to be updated. B is broad basing. I think in an era where there is one chatbot dishing out images and one chatbot maybe dishing out text information, as long as you have a bot which can dish out information across multiple formats and broad base its offerings, it becomes a critical success factor. And number 3, I think, is creativity. So the more creative your illustrations, the more creative the answers that get dished out, the more you happen to be in business. So these I define as the ABC of the future of chatbots. Well, I hope it doesn't happen very soon, because the moment that happens, your job and my job are both at stake. But in the interim, I think the game is definitely afoot, and may the best bot win.
Well, may the best bot win. It's Microsoft versus Google in the chatbot war. Thanks, Karthik, for joining us with your perspective. But we are going to shift focus for now. Twitter has officially launched the Blue subscription in India. Twitter's premium subscription was rolled out earlier in select countries. Users in India can now purchase a membership for a fee of 900 rupees a month. Twitter Blue promises fewer ads, longer posts, and early access to upcoming features apart from the automatic blue badge on the profile. Tweets from verified users will be prioritized to fight scams and spams. The monthly Twitter Blue subscription on mobile will cost as much as 900 rupees a month. The subscription on the web will cost less and is priced at 650 rupees a month. Twitter is also offering an annual subscription on the web, which is going to cost approximately 6,800 rupees a year, which is 566 rupees a month. And India-flavoured drinks Thumbs Up and Maaza may soon be available abroad for the Indian diaspora and consumers at large. Coca-Cola will take 2 of its India-made brands to the global markets as per reports. Thumbs Up recently crossed, remember, $1 billion in sales in India, and Maaza is expected to achieve the same milestone by 2024. Coca-Cola is said to be looking at opportunities to leverage brands internationally. The company is also open-minded about 2 other India-created flavors, which is Maaza Am Panna and Fanta Apple Delight, and believes that if the idea can fly in India, it can work in other foreign markets as well. Now, India is important for Coca-Cola. It is one of its top 3 global markets. In the second quarter of the current financial year, the company reported 2.5 billion transactions, with a growth of 9% in Asia-Pacific region, largely driven by sales in India. And in continuing the Adani-Hindenburg saga, the Supreme Court is all set to hear 2 public interest litigations seeking a court-monitored probe into short seller Hindenburg's report against Gautam Adani. The PILs filed by advocates ML Sharma and Vishal Tiwari claim that United States-based Hindenburg short-sold Adani stocks and caused, and I quote, monumental loss to investors, asking for a probe in the matter. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear the PILs on Friday. Hindenburg report alleged that the Adani Group indulged in stock manipulation and accounting fraud, causing a major setback to Adani Group of companies. A majority of the company's stocks took a beating and wiped off over $107 billion in investors' wealth so far. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Business Plus. More incisive news analysis and cutting-edge documentaries. Keep streaming News 9 Plus. Thanks for watching.